Hello everyone. You are on the SuperKit channel. About 1.5 years ago, my 27-inch LG monitor, which was 10 years old, developed a vertical stripe a couple of pixels wide. It had an external power supply, which I considered an advantage in case something happened to it, since it would be easier to replace. Nothing happened to it, so a little over a year ago I bought a 27-inch Acer monitor with a built-in power supply as a replacement. And now I realized that it would have been better if that power supply had been external after all. No, nothing happened to the monitor, but for further actions I needed a monitor with an external power supply. I almost immediately made the decision and sold it. And now the choice fell on a monitor that was also on my wish list 1.5 years ago, but at that time it was not in stock. It is an MSI monitor. The price of the monitor with a bonus for card payment on the website was $4,940 UAH. The panel is IPS, white LED backlighting, resolution 1920 by 1080, viewing angle 178 degrees, anti-glare coating, response time 1 millisecond, aspect ratio 16:9, VGA amount 75 by 75, plastic color, white, weight 3.9 kilograms, warranty 2 years. The monitor has built-in speakers. This has been one of my criteria when choosing a monitor for almost 20 years, ever since I first bought an LCD monitor in 2009, the convenience of this factor became obvious to me. All the monitors I bought new had and have built-in speakers. Despite the fact that I more often use wireless headphones, there are still cases when I need to switch to external sound, which is sufficient for me in the form of the monitor's built-in speakers. In addition to the monitor, the package includes a removable stand with a base, on which the monitor tilts up and down, a power supply, which turned out to be not 19 volts, as it once was with the LG monitor, but an even more convenient voltage of 12 volts, with a maximum output power of 30 W, 2 cables for the power supply with different plugs, one European, and the second some other one, and an HDMI cable. Instead of a manual, the package only includes an A4 sheet with the installation procedure for attaching it to the stand and an image of the available connectors. It is important that the plug for connecting the power supply to the monitor is standard 5521, which everyone has often seen when connecting a power supply to a router. That is also an immediate plus. You can connect a cable with any of the following connectors to the monitor: VGA, DP, HDMI. Also on the panel with connectors there is a power connector and an audio input jack in case the VGA video connector is used. In the case of HDMI and DP, sound will be transmitted directly through them. After turning it on and adjusting the image, you can see that the power consumption of the monitor is 16 W. My two previous 27-inch monitors consumed about 13 W. The monitor supports 100 Hz, which is set in the video card settings. It is not available immediately. Many comments are exactly of this type, that they connected the monitor to the computer and it is not 100 Hz. As always, there is a settings menu available in different languages. Ukrainian, by the way, is not available, in which you can adjust the image as you like. The menu already has different presets for various usage modes. I always set the color temperature bias toward red-yellow shades. In this case, the option offered in the menu fully suited me. I made no additional adjustments. Brightness and contrast are individual for everyone. The sound is set to maximum, since it is more convenient for me to control the volume from the computer. There are sharpness settings. You can also see and select the input source in case several devices are connected to the monitor. And so that a cord cable does not get pulled out of the connector at the back when trying to tilt or turn the monitor, there is a bracket provided, through which you can route the cable, and the connectors and plugs are no longer a weak point. The base under the stand is flat and the monitor does not wobble. The monitor is connected using a DisplayPort cable. Honestly, the cable was simply left over, so I connected it with that instead of running the HDMI cable that was included. It should be taken into account that the 100 Hz refresh rate will only be available when connected via HDMI or DisplayPort cable. When checking the monitor, no dead pixels were found. In general, among the new monitors that I have ever bought, I have not encountered dead pixels. On used monitors, I have encountered dead pixels, and they were already present at the time of purchase, which was stated in the description. I also encountered dead pixels on a new, out-of-the-box TV. I returned that TV to the store at the time. During tests, light bleed in the upper corners is visible on video, but without the camera I do not see it. Colors, image, sharpness, resolution, absolutely everything suits me 100%. At one time I also thought about a 32-inch diagonal. I did not have the opportunity to sit in front of that size, but no matter how much I mentally tried to imagine its dimensions, I always came to the conclusion that for my viewing distance it would be too much. I do not consider curved monitors at all. I was asked whether full HD resolution is sufficient for such a diagonal. I am not a programmer, I do not work with text often, and the texts I do work with have a font size that is generally fine for me. In reviews, they often write that they can see the pixels because their size is large at such a resolution and monitor size. My distance to the monitor is about 70 centimeters. I wish I had such eyesight to see pixels from that distance. My only mistake was that a little over a year ago I did not immediately find it in stores and did not buy this monitor specifically, instead of the previously mentioned Acer. I do not see a fundamental difference among monitors that I have seen in this size and price segment. The questions are only about the brand, screen curvature, color, presence of built-in speakers, the number and variety of connectors, and built-in or external power supply. For me, the entire list of necessary factors came together precisely in this monitor. Links to useful things are in the description. Rate the video. Subscribe to the channel, there will definitely be more videos about different devices. If you have questions, you can ask them in the comments, I will try to answer them. Thank you all and see you next time.